So good evening. This is truly inclusive, because you have a XY on an XX stage, and and it's good to be here. Uh, I want to tell Mitudi that you spoke about Malini, and you said that you did not know about disability. When Malini was born, you knew what disability is. I want to say something else. When I met Malini, I knew what ability is. When I met you, I realized what is ability, because I am a person always, I'm used to dealing with disability, and the other aspect I realized that time. Also, you spoke about the medical model and a social model. What I have learned at ADAPT is not just a social model, but it goes beyond that, a human model and a spiritual model. So, Babaji, thanks for that, the spiritual model. And the title of this panel is very interesting. Sonali, it is not leading the way, it is showing the way. When you are leading the way, you walk on a way and expect that everyone will follow. When you are showing a way, you are on a different way, but you are helping people to find their own path. And that's the difference. I just want to show two videos which have happened in my life. And with that, we will start the panel. Can we show the first video? Everyone can have a look. Next slide. Yeah. So this is a girl, 7-year-old with cerebral palsy. And this video which had, it was just a part of simple clinical assessment. And it shows very well that mother is looking after the child. She's carrying all the load, and the father is near the door. He's folding his hands, and really just he's an onlooker. This is the story. Now we'll play the second video here. And this is the same girl after a surgery. This is after 6 months, and she's able to walk. And what you see now, father sees some hope, and now he's following her. But what we also realize, that when a child walks, mother becomes free. And this is the aspect, we want to sort of explore, in this panel, that there is empowerment, there is struggle, there is hard work, but all of that leads to a person, a woman, who becomes free, who becomes liberated. There is a poetry by Rabindranath Tagore who says that, of course, there are difficulties in life, but it is because it gets you closer to the God, closer to your purpose. And this is what Shabana spoke about, that I am thankful to HIV, that now I understand what the life is. So I am not going to talk much, I am going to listen. And when you listen, you have to be silent. Same words arrange listen and silent. Show me the next slide, and I want to invite Ketna first. Ketna is founder, trustee of Nina Foundation. She's author, researcher, and also a professor. And she is a professor at management school. But more than that, she is Wheelchair Express. Her expressions on wheelchair. Nina, your story.
Thank you, Taral. Happy International Women's Day to everyone present here. Good evening. You said something very important, Taral, that when something devastating happens, and because we at Nina Foundation deal with people with spinal cord injury who were all right, the least that we had in our lives was a cough and a cold maybe. And then suddenly a road traffic accident, suddenly a tumor of the spine, suddenly adventure sport like me, and the spine which supports us, and we are, with a devastating disability and permanently disabled without a cure. This is spinal cord injury. And I'm so glad you showed this particular clipping, because even with Nina Foundation, the first step is when there are so many people who meet with a spinal cord injury and there is this sudden trauma about what will become to life. And it all happens to young people. drinking and driving, road traffic accidents, seat belts, mobiles these days. And we had a case, and I was speaking to this parent of a 23-year-old young boy. And guess what? The father had tears in his eyes. For the first time, generally they say that women are emotional. That, and I'm so happy that women are emotional, because women have that emotional quotient to connect, to understand, to empathize with what somebody else is going through. And the father just couldn't speak anything. And while I was talking and counseling and speaking about that there is a life and don't worry, we are with you. And you know what the mother said, Dr. Loor? The mother said, बेटे देखो, ये औरत होके इतना कुछ कर रही है, आप तो कुछ भी कर लोगे. This is the mindset of the Indian society, that if a woman can do it, everybody else can do it. So imagine the role that we as women have to play. So this is just about, how so many stereotypes need to be changed, and so many things need to happen. The journey has to be about what is possible. I would just like to share something which, because I write as well, and something very profound came up in a Tamil channel, and one of my colleagues told me, when Dr. Abdul Kalam was not the president at that time, they had just sent a space mission, and he was part of the team, and asked him, how do you feel about India being on the global map with something that we have done for the first time? And guess what he said? That the same space material which is used to send the spaceship in outer space is used to make prosthetics, and the entire team had made prosthetics and calipers. And my heart swells with pride when I see that it is less weighty, and the mother who carries the child wearing that caliper is much more relieved because the weight of the child is lesser. I think this is profound. To think that, what people can do if they empathize, and not just look at that we are people on wheelchairs and, we need things, but how much more possibilities are there if we look and approach at things differently.
Absolutely. So it's differently abled, and this will happen when we think differently. The next slide for Sanchita. Sanchita, it interests me. In her biodata, she says she's a chartered accountant and specializes in individual taxation. I really need your crutch, and many of us will know. She'll co-member of Adapt Right Group and Nina Foundation, and most important, she's won several awards. Traveler, designer, and she likes to have fun and joy. What's your look at leading the way, showing the path?
I was just 16 when I had spine injury, and like Ketna mentioned, that the life had come to a standstill. I couldn't understand how do I move ahead, but as all mothers, my mother stood like a rock. And today when I was hearing Dr. Alur's story when it came about Malini, I could just imagine my mother standing there and talking about me. So it was very heartening. And when I realized, okay, things can change for me, why can't I change things for others? And that is the time when Ninu and myself, we joined ADAPT. And that was the time when even ADAPT name was not there. We were thinking about what name should be there. So it is like being again at ADAPT and it feels really good. Then again at ADAPT only I met Ketna, and my journey for counseling began for Nina Foundation for people with spine injury. And it was really nice that whatever I had learned at UK, I could share with my friends. I could teach them how they can get independent, and that made a lot of difference in my life. It was like not only that you have empowered yourself, you are empowering many more people. And Nina Foundation keeps having events, different type of events. I remember we had an outbound at Karjat, and as always, Ketna had delegated work that, okay, please make a list of how many people are coming, who all is accompanying. One of our friends, I called him and I said, we are having this. And he had never moved out of his house once or twice only for his physio or for medical checkups. So he said, मैं आऊँगा तो सही, पर मेरे साथ में 10-12 लोग रहेंगे. And I was, 10-12 लोग, यहाँ पे तो बजट पूरा हिल जाएगा. So then I said, आप थोड़े कम लोगों को ला सकते हैं, एक हाथ दो. तो उन्होंने बोला नहीं, मिनिमम 5 लोग तो आएंगे. And we always believe that, you know, we have to encourage people. So we said, okay, 4-5. So then we went and we had a outbound at Karjat. And there he saw that there are so many women who are coming alone and they are managing their routine for the entire day themselves. So then he said, अगली बार मैं try करूँगा 2 ही लोगों के साथ आऊँ. And we were so happy. So it is like we can get the change, but then first step has to be, okay, 5 लोग आएंगे तो भी चलेगा. So that was one thing. And I had my fracture. I don't know how it happened. And Women's Day was arriving. So my few friends, they said, Women's Day आ रहा है, we have to celebrate. मैंने बोला यार ये मेरी टूटी टांग, because I had to keep it at a angle, means straight. I couldn't bend it. So I said, okay, we can go out, but then it has to be somewhere nearby my place. So they said, okay. And we had a restaurant nearby, and I have been staying in this area from like 40 years. So all the uncle aunties there, they know me. So I went walking because I couldn't transfer. So one of the uncle aunties, तू hospital जा रही है क्या wheelchair पे? तो I said, no, I'm going to a restaurant. देखो ये हालत में भी restaurant जाना है. I said, why? I'm eating food at home and I'm enjoying with friends, so why can't I go now? So it is just change in the attitude of the society that we need to bring. And when we start moving out, visibility is there. And once visibility is there, we are part of the society. So I think we should be visible and we can just change life.
Excellent, Sunita. So what I learned is, who is disabled? Are people disabled? Is society disabled? How many of you feel society is disabled? Malini spoke so well. Yes. Yes, Mithudi. Society is disabled. Yeah. And we need to correct society and not the people. We need a big operation on the society, and it really needs to come. So next slide, and I'm going to introduce Farhan's grandmother. And very, very interestingly, I read from her introduction, she is an accidental Parsis, but she's an activist by design. She's an author. She's written novels, stories, essays, and I'm going to, that's my, sort of for this weekend, I'm going to read one of your books. That's going to say, she's done a lot of campaigns. She's done campaigns for justice, for women, for slum dwellers, but she's also fought against injustice, against communalism, against rape. So what's your story? Tell us.
Well, here I'm here really as a grandmother, as you said, and my journey, I mean, I'm not one of the disabled people. I mean, hearing all the stories before me, I've not suffered personally, but I have suffered as a parent because I'm a grandmother, but I'm actually bringing up my child. It's been a very challenging but very interesting, and we're reaching a stage when it's getting pleasurable. It's been difficult for many years, but now my grandson has cerebral palsy, but he's walking, he's running, he's playing badminton today, and he's come through quite a lot. And thanks to a lot of support from so many sources, including ADAPT, where we come for physiotherapy. We've been coming for the last, I think, 4-5 years, and it's been a great journey. Thank you for that. And of course, Dr. Nagda has been there with us. And though I have been scared of the surgery that Dr. Nagda has been suggesting, but we have gone without the surgery. And I feel if there is a disability, slight disability, I mean, he's walking, he's running, he's playing badminton, he's doing everything. If he's got a limp, we can live with it. And I think when I've talked to Mithu, she's sort of said, yes, he can, it's okay, you can do without it. I think this whole obsession of trying to be, perfect, like you talked about, like the body should, it should be like everyone else or something is questionable whether you're talking in terms of beauty and, being fat or being disabled or something. One has to think on what a person is capable of. And if a person is capable of doing everything, then if you have to live with a little limp in your leg, you live with it. I think that's fine. That having been said, this being Women's Day, there is one group of women I really, really, really want to salute today, and that is the Shaheen Bagh women in Delhi today. They have resurrected a Gandhian mode of dharna which nobody has done for years. We've almost forgotten that it existed and it even could be done. And it has just been so marvelous just knowing that they are doing it day after day. There are no leaders, there are young people, there are old people. It is just fantastic, and I just want to salute them before we end. Thanks.
So, anything else you want to say? So, how is it, not being, how do you feel disability as a writer? The writer in you, is it a fighter? I just want to know from, yeah, take the mic, yeah.
Of course we have to fight.
Right.
We have to fight whether we are fighting for the rights of people. I mean, the first campaign I was in was the campaign to change the rape laws. There was this 16-year-old girl who had been raped by 2 policemen in a police station, and there was no law under which the policeman could be tried because, the rape laws at that time were ridiculous because they wanted a witness. They said that if a girl is not a virgin, she can't be raped. So, I think that started me on the journey of being a bit of a fighter. I'm not too much of a fighter, but I am. And I think we have to just look at things as right and wrong and go ahead with it.
All right. So finally, I want to introduce next slide, please. Yeah. Shonali, everyone knows. She has many beautiful films to her credit. She's a film director, writer and producer, but she's also member of the governing board of ADAPT. And I want to mention that her parents, Babaji and Zuni, they started the Spastic Society at Calcutta. I visited that. It's a beautiful place, and this is how the whole movement has been to many places. Mituti, at Kanpur also I have visited the Spastic Society, and I'm sure many such models will come up, and we need a Spastic Society in each district of India, and I'm sure that will come up. So you've seen disability, women's movement, everything as a family member and as a creative person, director, as a writer, as a producer. What's your story, Sonal?
I really want to say the source of anybody's story here in society is the dominant ideology, and I'll differ with my comrade Satyen here that men are not the problem, but it's that ideology, and that ideology is patriarchy. And what we have to embattle is that ideology, that attitude that exists. It's the same as the attitude towards disability, that when we say society is disabled, it's because we're living under such a dominant ideology that even in progressive families, in very insidious ways, you face that. When I was getting married, I remember, it's a standard thing when you're getting married that there's kanyadan. And I took a position and I said, there's just no bloody way I'm going to be danoed by one man to another. And my father-in-law was irate about that and said that there's no meaning of an Indian wedding without kanyadan. I said, well, then we won't have shlokas because I do want to walk around the fire because I like that and I want to exchange garlands, but I'm not going to have kanyadan. And my grandfather, the father of Me Too and Babaji, who's a wonderfully progressive man, went to my father-in-law and said, whatever my granddaughter wants. And, you know, so there was that support. Funnily, when I was on that mandap having a blast, and then I told my father, I said, you're a sannyasi. He was mourn at that time. Papa, I don't know where you've run off somewhere, not in the room. He was mourn, and I said, he will do, because I don't trust any of these Hindu priests. He will do the shlokas, silently only. Let him officiate my wedding. And he's such a rascal, he got his friend to sit in for him, who went and said those Kanyadan bloody scriptures, which I didn't understand the Sanskrit at the time. This is how they just sneak things in. Anyway, I'm oblivious, thinking I'm having this liberated wedding, and I'm laughing and enjoying my own wedding, and I was laughing like, just enjoying my wedding. And my most feminist aunt of all my aunts, like not me Tupia, but another very feminist aunt, my most feminist aunt came and said, darling, don't laugh like that and show your gums like when you're sitting on the wedding mandap. And like, because, you know, be demure, like you have to be demure as a bride. You know, Malini said we have to be funny, so that's why I'm just speaking in a slightly light mode here. Be demure as a bride. And my grandmother, Beena Bose, who's also mother of Me Too and Babaji, and with these fine grandparents, we have this family that we have. Beena Bose came and said, let my granddaughter laugh, it's her wedding, let this hall fill with her laughter because she's joyous, you know, let her be. I'm just saying this is just a small example of how just the institution of marriage is something from when a girl is born, even in a progressive family, like somehow it's the natural progression that you will get married and you will have children. You are not born. I love the way what you talked about, that we have a soul, and I love how liberated you are, even though you're an amputee, you're in a wheelchair, you live by yourself. I loved your story, and I think that's so important because there's this terror and fear that if you don't get married and you don't have somebody, when you're old and when you're sick, what will you do? And this is not the case. This is not the case because you have families like ADAPT, you have communities. Communities will be there to take care of you. But as a girl child, you're brought up thinking your role is to get married and your role is to be a mother. I salute all mothers. I'm a mother myself. I'm a proud mother myself. But the point is, it should be a choice, a thought out, conscious choice that is that what you want to do in your life or you want to do something else? You are a soul who's born into this world to have a journey. And as a female person who's born into this world, your journey needs to not be prescribed by society as having to be the caregiver, as having to be the person who just takes care of anything. Even when women and men work, women have to work at their outdoor jobs and they have to come back home and still take care of the family. Taking care of the family is seen as an invisible work. It's invisible work. It's as if taking care of children and doing the dishes and the laundry and making the food and planning the groceries. I mean, it's a huge work all in of itself, and women do, you know, are Ma Durgas with multiple arms, right? It's this invisibilization. Malini has talked about this a lot, about the invisibilization, you know, of a disabled woman. Visibility and invisibility is what happens. Well, a lot of our tasks as women are invisibilized. It's as if we, you know, you have to be this magician and just perform them. I really relate to what Kalki said too. I remember myself when I had babies, like when you just are a new mother, it's a superhuman. You're not sleeping, you don't have anything, and we all do it with ease, and it's supposed to be just par for the course, and you still have to take care of the family. Guess what? Even when you're a mother, lactating mother. So for me, I feel that the root cause of everything is really overthrowing patriarchy and the ideology of patriarchy, which unfortunately many women also bear. Many women are also responsible for continuing the domination of women overall in society by perpetuating patriarchy. And in the end, I just want to say that we're all born into this world to be whatever we want to be. And we should not be conscripted by either our gender, our sexuality, or whether we are in a wheelchair or not in a wheelchair. And har ek ka apna sky hota hai. Paint your sky whatever color you want it to be. Mine is iridescent. Yours could be pink. It could be purple. It could be yellow. Don't let anybody box you in. Just have your life and paint your sky whatever you want it.
Absolutely. Excellent. So we all agree that women matter, but nothing should matter. Nothing. You know, sex shouldn't matter, the disability shouldn't matter, who are your parents, how much money you have, nothing should matter. It's your own thought which should matter. I'm going to ask each of the finalists, you know, we need to finish in time, so just one liner from each one. Being woman is about power also, Shakti. I want to ask, and I'm going to start with Ketna, if you are given power to change the world, what is one thing you will change first? Super, super. Right. Why?
Thank you. Uh, the change has to begin with me because I cannot expect the world to adapt and change the way I want. I may, and women are supposed to be with different desires at different points of time. So I may need I may need pink today, the sky, and tomorrow I may need it to be purple. But the change begins from me, and the Shakti is that I'm so sure that we all can together make this world so beautiful for everyone.
Super. Meher, what about you?
I think, I'm sorry, I'm not as philosophical as that. I would like to get rid of Trump and Modi. And I would like to see many more women in positions that they are.
Super. Sonali? Yeah.
I think it's really important that we all learn to love and accept ourselves. We live in societies where we are pressured to seek external affirmation, and that's what the final image in Margarita with the Straw is, where the person in the wheelchair, she feels she's beautiful, she goes on a date with herself because she's
Super.
finally able to accept her own body and her own self. And I think that's some of the things that we never learn, to have self-love. We're always made to feel that's narcissist. But if you don't love yourself, you're actually not going to be able to be humane and love anyone else.
Super, super. Oh,
Like all said, that of course it is very important that you should be happy and then you can change. I would say be happy, but do not forget the people who have got you the happiness. And I would take this opportunity to thank Dr. Alur, Malini, Varsha, Ketna, Nino, because these are the people who have got me here. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, to end, what is a woman? It's the International Woman Day. What is a woman? And Ketna very well put it. Woman is a winner. Those who feel are winner, just raise your hands. Yeah, that's me. Who's optimistic? Optimistic. Absolutely. Mentor, adventurous, never give up. Absolutely. So there is a woman in me which is winner, optimistic, mentor, adventurous, and never give up. And I think International Women's Day is not being about man or woman. You can't have woman, WO, without a man. Yeah, absolutely. It's not about being man or woman. It is all about having these qualities. And if you have this quality, I think we can celebrate International Women's Day. Satyan, we can also join. Thank you.